Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed the first video and the reels that I've put out. If you have any ideas for me on topics that I should talk about, please comment them down below and get ready to watch this video because today's topic is very interesting and of course it is very close to my heart. As you probably guessed from the title, I'm going to be talking about my relationship with the camera as a visually impaired person, and this is like a very interesting relationship, a very unique one. Obviously for those like me who are visually impaired, they probably share the same relationship, but it is still rare or it is still unique. So let's get into it. So what is my relationship with the camera? I was gifted an iPad by my dad when I was maybe 8 years old or 10 years old, I'm not sure, but pretty young. And that was single handedly one of the best decisions that he has taken for me and for my life. It has made me who I am. It has given me so much strength, so much freedom, and so much independence that I don't think anything else could have. And it is the reason why I am educated today. So he gave me the iPad when I was about 8 or 10, I can't remember. I think he gave it to me probably when I was 10 or 11, but definitely before 11 because 11 is when I shifted homes. And I remember that this was in my first home that I got it, not in my second home. Like eventually, after 1 or 2 years of having the iPad, I was allowed to bring it into school because that time, technology had just blossomed and we were starting to bring tablets into school. And I was so lucky to be born at this time and in this generation. Literally, if I was even born maybe 10, 15 years ago, my life would have been very different. So that's something like I'm very grateful for. So what happened is I started bringing my iPad to school. And backing up here a little bit, when I was diagnosed at 7, I started losing vision, and probably my teacher figured that something's wrong and they told my parents to go check this out. And then my parents were not surprised because, like I said in the last video, my grandfather had it and it is in the family. So yeah, my parents were not surprised and I was diagnosed and that was it. I think so. I mean, I don't remember and I haven't asked them. I just remember slowly my vision decreasing. So it started off with grade 1 and 2 when I was in my old school. I was able to see from maybe halfway down the class. I was able to see the whiteboard. When I shifted schools in grade 3, I started losing vision. By the time I was in grade 5, I was not able to see the whiteboard or the smartboard from the first row. From then on till my entire life, I was always a first bencher, so never at the back of the class. After my dad got me my iPad, within 1 to 2 years, we were allowed to start bringing our tablets in, our iPads in. That was like the biggest blessing, like I said, because I was able to take my camera of my iPad and I would take pictures of the smartboard and the whiteboard and the textbooks, which also I couldn't read, and I would be able to zoom in and read whatever the teacher was writing or, whatever the text was. This is basically the reason why I'm educated today. Otherwise, I would not be. Like, I would be. I'm not saying I wouldn't be. Like, there's so many other opportunities. Maybe I would then be in a school for like special needs. I don't know. But the amount of independence this has given me, like, is paramount because, yeah, nothing would match up to that. I don't think so. So that was the first relationship I developed. And then when I came to London, I started going out and again, I used the camera. So if I was going to a restaurant or a mall or a grocery, anywhere I go, basically, anywhere you can imagine, I have to take pictures of things for me to be able to see what is on them. Like, I will take a picture of a restaurant menu or the price tag if I'm shopping for clothes, or the bill, or I can't even read cash and coins. So I'm so happy that Apple Pay is here because I don't like cash at all. Like I said, I'm very blessed to be born at the time that I am. The second relationship was the freedom that it gave me to move about. I learned how to travel using the trains and buses and would take pictures of like the bus timing and the train timing and the stops and the stations and this and that. So this was the back camera, and now front camera. The relationship I have with the front camera is it allows me to do my makeup, it allows me to shave my face, it allows me to see myself. Anything I would need to see myself, I use the front camera, not the mirror. Another relationship I have with the back camera is I like photography. I like taking pictures of things. I don't do it much because I don't go out that much to like places that I would want to take pictures of. But I do like photography, and I also like getting clicked myself. I love getting ready and going out and taking pictures. I don't know, it's just a girly thing. I'm always on social media also because I know many people are like against social media. The way I see it, and it's a great platform for you to express yourself, and I love it because if there was no social media, I wouldn't even know how people would look like. Because there's social media, I know how people look. For the longest times I would get like confused between people, but because I was able to zoom into their pictures, I understood, okay, this is the difference. And then I would always get complimented that my skin is clear, I have really good skin, but I wouldn't understand it until I started to see pictures of people like with acne problems or pimples, and then I understood, okay, this is a thing, because I wouldn't be able to see that. So honestly, if you come up in front of me, you're pretty much beautiful. That's one good thing about this. Like, I will not judge you and be like, oh my god, you have so many marks on your face or whatever. Like, because for me, you all are beautiful. So that's good. Yeah. Did I just indirectly say that if I see your picture, I will think you're ugly? Okay, I didn't mean that, but you know what I mean. Like, this is a separate issue. But yeah, jokes aside, yeah, so it gave me confidence. Like, it made me feel included. I always want to be in front of the camera and behind the camera, and I always like creative stuff. Like, I never grew up wanting to like do a job, and also I am not good at maths or technical things, and I wouldn't say that's completely my fault. Maths, yes, okay, my brain doesn't do maths, but but in general, like studies, obviously you can guess it was not very accessible. Like, it was compared to other schools, but still there's always much needed room for improvement. And that obviously affected my grades or my interest in studying initially. And yeah, so, and I always wanted to fit in until this year I realized that fuck it, nobody knows what they're doing. And fitting in is not always the best thing. So I'm embracing my differences and talking about them so that someone who's watching this, who's a younger version of me, is empowered and encouraged to be her true self, to forgive herself and others for everything that she's been through, and to dream big and to be herself and to be kind and to be strong. You know, whatever that looks like for her or him for that matter. Maybe I didn't mention this, but I was supposed to mention it in the last video, but I forgot about it. The reason I started this channel is because growing up, I was watching this girl called Molly Burke, and she is a Canadian YouTuber who is blind. I found her account when I was 12 years old, and she also changed my life. She was my role model, she was my inspiration, she was the girl that encouraged me, inspired me. I still love her, I still watch her videos. She is like the influencer that I've been following for the longest time, like YouTuber. She's completely blind and she's thriving and killing it, and I just want to do that as well, because there's always more inclusion that we can have. And also, I feel like the South Asian countries don't have that much representation, don't have that much inclusion, accessibility, and there needs to be more conversation, and I hope to achieve that through my channel. But I chose the name My Eyes only because I don't want to give the impression that I'm generalizing, because I've had a very big journey with mental health too. It's not 100% necessary that everyone who has a disability has mental health issues as well, but I've been through ups and downs in my life and struggled with anxiety and sadness and acceptance and loneliness. So I'm going to be talking about that a lot as well, maybe even more so compared to disabilities, because I feel like it's all in the mind. Another thing I want to mention is, this is not related to the camera, but I feel like I should still include it in this video because it's about the iPad that I had. Like I said, I didn't have many friends growing up. Till the later half of middle school, I had zero friends, like literally zero, and I would just sit alone. And I don't know what it's like till date to go to a birthday party of a friend, like someone who hasn't invited me because maybe their parents forced them to, or you know what I mean. Because I was always alone, and plus my family is very nice, but I have two elder brothers and they were not close to me, only because, you know, they're boys and I'm a girl. I'm the only girl in the family, and then of course they were a lot older to me, so there was just that lack of connect. Like, I didn't hang out with them, so I I didn't really grow up having someone to be able to talk to or a proper support system. So there were no teachers, friends, or classmates, and there was no like siblings or cousins or something like that I could talk to, share my feelings with, or just chill with, like just chill with. I had no one like that. So I would just be with my iPad all the time. Like, yeah, I was that kid with the iPad, but I have no regrets. And if you judge me, that's your problem, not mine. I made friends with people on YouTube. Like I described Molly Burke. She was someone I would watch regularly. And then Malvika Sitlani, if you guys know her, she is like an Indian makeup person. And I learned how to do makeup from her. I learned about even like a moisturizer or a sunscreen. Like I learned that from YouTube. I had no elder sister or someone to like tell me all these things. I really appreciate YouTube also because I feel like it made me have friends. And then also movies and TV shows. I always used to watch movies and TV shows, which is why maybe I'm so like creatively inclined. I would listen to music a lot. I love songs. I love lyrics. Slow songs. Okay. Yeah. So I am very grateful to my dad and to my mom. They're the best. And they really tried their best to give me everything that I needed. Honestly, one time I lost my iPad, and that's another story. Maybe that's funny and you guys would want to know. So I lost my iPad and I was so sad and I cried for 2 days, maybe like from morning till night. I cried because I was so sad. And this is like at the age of 12, okay? I lost my first iPad and then I got another one, and then that one broke, and then I got like a temporary one, like the old one, just for the time being, after which I got my current iPad. So I've had three that I've bought and one that was a temporary old model as a fill-in. Obviously now I have a laptop, I have an iPad, and I have a phone, but this is only because it allows me to do various things and various tasks and makes my life easier. And I don't think I ever want a TV in my room because I feel like if I am sitting over there on my bed and for example the TV is on this side, I wouldn't be able to see it, so there's no point. But I always wanted a big, like, wall to wall kind of projector or like the biggest TV, in the store. But even still, like, I'm not sure that I would enjoy that. So I'm fine with my iPad. That's where I watch movies. And my laptop is where I type a lot because I'm able to type without looking at the keys, and I'm fairly accurate. I am not the best, especially when it comes to the numbers, but with the alphabets and punctuation, like I'm pretty accurate and fast without looking. So yeah, these are like different things that I've learned over the years. I hope to make this world more accessible, more inclusive, and more open with my channel so that we can have conversations about mental health and disabilities. And it's not so much of a taboo, especially like South Asian communities. I feel like it still is a little bit like it isn't a taboo if you're making fun about it. Like, oh yeah, I'm so anxious. Like, you know what I mean? But when someone's actually down in the depths of it and really going through something, I don't know, there's still a little bit of you're too sensitive or victim mentality or yeah, but why are you telling the world or something about it? It is their opinion, but it is okay. Also, for everyone who's showed their support to me, DM'd me, I really appreciate it and I love you for that. You are a superhero because I feel like reaching out to someone and expressing that you're there for them, even if you don't know them very well, that's a big thing. So thank you for that. Other than that, I want to say thank you that you've listened this far. I hope you enjoyed the video and please like, comment, share and subscribe and go have a nice day. Enjoy your day and I hope something good happens to you today. Bye.